This will be the seventh trip the Israeli Prime Minister's made to see Donald Trump since the US president was elected, but these talks have come as somewhat of a surprise. Benjamin Netanyahu was due in Washington later in the month, but this meeting was suddenly scheduled just a few days ago, and the timing is significant because they come as the US and Iran are preparing to sit down for another round of talks, although a date hasn't been set. Benjamin Netanyahu will be asking Donald Trump not to give any ground when it comes to Iran's uranium enrichment. Israel wants Iran denied that capability, fearing it could be used to develop a nuclear weapon. But Benjamin Netanyahu is also expected to seek limits on the size and scope of Iran's ballistic missile program. And last year, after Israel struck targets in Iran, Tehran responded with a barrage of hundreds of missiles which killed dozens of people in Israel. A bit of an unknown of this trip is whether Benjamin Netanyahu will get any pushback from the US over Israel's newly announced plan to tighten its grip on the West Bank. Under the plan, it would be far easier for Jewish settlers to directly buy up land in the West Bank, land that Palestinians want for a future state. It would also assert Israeli control over some archaeological sites and environmental issues in areas that are under Palestinian administration. The UK, the EU and several Middle Eastern countries have spoken out against the plan, and the UN Secretary-General has too, saying that Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank are a breach of international law. But Israel's ambassador has dismissed that and says Israel is there to stay. Palestinians argue this is a kind of de facto annexation, and annexation is something Donald Trump's previously said the US won't allow. We may know pretty soon whether he raises any objection during this visit, which could determine whether or not this West Bank plan survives.